maybe take one ear off so you can hear each other. And you're to keep up with his volume. Maybe you can get the mic a little closer and talk a little louder.
Do you want me to move mine out a little bit?
No.
No? Good? Okay, good.
Okay, got 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Alright, so what cue are you going to give us when it's time to go?
I'll get your attention.
No, I'm going now.
So do we talk to them? Hello everybody, my name's Cam Kilby alongside of Ethan Meadows. We want to welcome you to tonight's game between Piedmont International University and Appalachian Bible College Warriors.
We're looking for a good matchup tonight, and it's going to be a great game. They're about to do the national anthem, followed by prayer, followed by the starting lineups.
Father, we thank you for Appalachian Bible College and Piedmont, for what these schools represent and what they mean to the cause of Christ. We pray for safety, good competition. We ask your blessing on tonight's game. In Jesus' name, amen.
say about this game?
Well, from just looking at the starting five, it looks like Appalachian Bible College actually will have a slight size advantage on the inside. They do have a little bit more height, but I do recognize as well that Piedmont's going to have a little bit of an athletic advantage. So Piedmont's going to look to get up and down the floor to cause Appalachian some havoc and some turnovers, and Appalachian's just going to have to play with some good ball control, take care of the ball, limit their turnovers, and make this a slow-paced game to keep up with Piedmont. Appalachian's in a 2-3 zone.
Piedmont looking to maybe move the ball around, but working his own a little bit. Put down by number 23, Tim Beckett. Appalachian's going to have to make sure that they're in that 2-3 zone to get on the shooters, because Tim Worrells can light it up from deep.
He sure can, all the way from Radford, Virginia.
I know, that's right. Number 24, Antoine Robinson's shot up, no good. But the rebound, and no good. Justin Valentine to inbounds the basketball. Appalachian, number 23, Tim Beckley, a big guy.
Man.
Appalachian never used to have any kind of size to speak of back when we were playing. It looks like Coach Martin's done well to recruit.
Piedmont misses some easy shots up close. Appalachian brings the ball down the court. High post here.
Sam Mansfield in the paint.
Good move, and he scores unclose.
Really good shot by Sam Mansfield. He's a big man. He has a lot of good skill in the paint. Piedmont needs to get some size down there, so man up on that.
Man, watching number 32 for Appalachian, it reminds me a lot of you, Cam Kilby.
Yeah, we always try to have those shots in the paint. As Justin Valentine knocks down a three-point jump shot, as Piedmont takes a 2-2 lead with 18:49 left in the first half.
We'll say this, if Piedmont shoots well, they can really light it up from deep.
Piedmont also in the 2-3 zone. I kind of expected us to go man. We'll see what Coach Walker has up his sleeve here with this 2-3 zone. Mansfield with the ball fake. And it's back outside to number 3, Wesley Reinhardt. Back inside, number 10, Zach Reinhardt. Jump shot no good. Beckley.
Justin Valentine fighting for the rebound, passes it up to Malik.
Up and in by number 3, Garyon Blunt, the junior from Greenville, North Carolina.
Piedmont.
A little pressure in the backcourt there.
Ball tipped out of bounds.
And like you said earlier, Ethan, I think that Piedmont might be able to keep adding some pressure and reinforce the play.
We are
very good guards in the backcourt, and if you ask me, there's a lot of speed there, and I think that Appalachian might have some difficulty getting them off the floor if Coach Walker puts pressure.
into the game for Appalachian is number 14, Justin Parker.
Tim Worrells in a nice play there getting that.
Tim Worrells for 3.
Got the Tim three-point shot, no good. Rebound by Mansfield. And he is going to give the ball to number 2. Eric Miller is going to take the offense. Appalachian hailing from Mount Hope, West Virginia, coached by Tim Barton, who's been the athletic. There's a turnover. Miller trying to go to the end zone. He's going to go to Robo. Pass to Malik. Malik takes the contact up and in for 2. Very nice job there by Malik.
Piedmont extends their pressure. Appalachian breaks it, gets up the floor. They have a 3-on-2 advantage.
Justin looked like he get a broke on that pass there. Just kind of had a slip there mid-court as Sam Mansfield misses the shot inside. Kick up ahead of Tim Worrells. Tim up the takes a 9-2 advantage of the 17 mark. Appalachian really needs to try to get something set up here on the offensive end. Looks like Piedmont's half-court pressure is causing some havoc as there's a foul on number 23. Terry Pfeiffer. Terry Pfeiffer is coming to us from Statesville, North Carolina. As Appalachian makes a sub, as number 23, Tim Beckley comes back into the game for the Warriors. Like I was saying earlier, Coach Barton has been the athletic director at Appalachian since 1993. He's coached a lot of games. We've seen a lot out of him. He's got some good teams, and he's had some teams that have some rebuilding years. So he's great coach who knows how to get the most out of the players. And Sam Mansfield takes it in for two. Some Ole defense there by Piedmont. Wouldn't you say so, Ethan?
I would agree. It looks like the keys to the game are coming into full effect. If Appalachian can protect the ball, they do have a size advantage, and they can look to exploit Piedmont on the inside.
You know, I really think that Piedmont has
Malik Milton for three for the top of the key. Good. Turnover at half court, and throws the ball away.
On the play.
Piedmont bringing in
play on defense there. You can't have a great play on defense and follow it up with a turnover.
Caitlin Bird checks into the game for Piedmont. He is a 5'7" junior from Syracuse, New York. Oh, steps out of bounds.
Defense is to be applauded, though, however, as he forces the turnover and steps out of bounds. And that's one of those turnovers I don't think that Clint Walker would mind seeing.
Got to be smart with the ball. But good hustle. Just unfortunate it was close to the sideline.
Piedmont with some on-ball defense. Now the timeline. Appalachian having a hard time getting the offense going. There's no open jump shot. Piedmont has to.
Rebound by Reggie Scipio. 15:40 left on the clock. The score is 12-4. Your Piedmont Bruins.
You really can't depend on somebody missing a shot for your defense. That is a nice lay by Antoine Robinson, freshman. Takes it to the other side of the rim, up the rim. 14-4. Attempt at a steal, and he comes up empty and leaves the ball over there. Piedmont not getting into much offense to speak of. It looks like a nice pass though, down low. Number 15, Reggie Scipio with a nice finish down low. Appalachian finding themselves in a world of hurt early, down 16-4, just under 15 to play.
Scipio goes for the steal, knocks it out of bounds. Appalachian will throw it in.
Piedmont with a lot of risk-reward right now as far as defense is concerned, going for a lot of steals and some block shots, and Appalachian's gotten some good looks, and to be honest with you, Ethan, they're really lucky they're not going down.
Number 3, Wesley Reinhardt checks in for Appalachian. Piedmont knocks the ball out again.
Josh Lippard from Salisbury, North Carolina. Appalachian inbounds looking to set up on the offense here. Rushes the ball to the right corner and reaching on a foul.
Looks like the foul is going to be on number 3, Gary on Blunt, for a hold. Appalachian will take the ball out down low under the basket.
Piedmont just needs to settle down, maybe play a little bit more fundamental defense, slide their feet a little bit. I understand you see the ball and you want to go for the steal, but fundamental defense, I know that's what Coach Walker preaches, making sure that we are sealing off the baseline, keeping our man in front of us, not letting him get to the middle. And Sam Mansfield takes it to at the right. 3-point shot up and in by number 10, Zach Reinhardt. Piedmont looking to set up a little bit of offense as the ball is swung around the horn from number 32, Josh Lippard.
Turnover in the paint. That's not what you like to see.
Coach Walker is not happy about that. Sam Mansfield, the right side of the court. Solid on-ball defense right now by Piedmont. And another turnover force. Piedmont is really making a living off of forcing turnovers from Appalachian. Appalachian just needs to slow things down a little bit, maybe get into the offense, spread the floor. Maybe the spacing was a little bit of a problem there.
Checking back into the game for Piedmont, Timothy Whirls, Justin Valentine, and Malik Milton.
You want to talk about senior leadership, let's talk about Tim Whirls for a second. I had the opportunity to play with Tim a couple of years ago. Tim really does a great job being a leader and making sure that the team is level-headed. He's a good floor general, and we're really going to miss him when he's gone.
Yeah, he's been everything you would want in a player and more, and he's definitely a Coach Walker kind of guy.
There's a layup up and in to give Piedmont an 18-7 advantage with 13:30 left in the first half. You know, what's a key fact right here, a nice stat to keep track of is fouls, and Appalachian has yet to commit a foul. Piedmont being a little over-aggressive with a couple of fouls committed early.
Coming into the gym tonight is a former Wake Forest basketball player, Josh Howard. Josh Howard is a staple in the Winston-Salem area by his commitment to the community and obviously playing for Wake Forest University. Also had a fantastic career in the NBA, and it's a pleasure having him in the arena tonight.
He does a great job. You know, when you said he's really involved in the community, and he does a lot, whether it be youth camps or anything of that nature. He does an amazing job giving back to the city of Winston-Salem. As Roba checks back into the game, Roba Flint, one of Coach Walker's guys from Oak Level.
Oh, that's too easy. That's too easy.
Coach Walker is speaking to the assistant coaches right now for some answers as to why that is happening.
Now that may have been too easy for the likings of Piedmont's defense. What an alley-oop to Malik Milton. Man, what an awesome play. When Robinson let go of the ball, I thought it might have been a little bit out of the reach for Malik, but he skied for the one-hand slam.
That was really nice, kind of a repeat of last night's dunk by Robertson from Syracuse on the Duke Blue Devils. An amazing display of athleticism, to say the least.
Antoine Robinson picks up the foul there. Oh, a little over-aggressive with the on-ball defense. Piedmont looks to be playing hard, and they are obviously trying to force some turnovers to get out in transition, because that is definitely a strength for their team. Roba with the good post defense forces another turnover, throws it up the court to Malik Milton, and he pulls it back out. Very wise decision by Malik Milton.
And that is a good decision by Malik, and that's something last year. I don't know that he would have done that, but that just shows the progression of the mental stability of a player able to do something like that. That's a nice move for the basket. Antoine Robinson, nice pick on him. Appalachian failed to cut off the baseline, and Antoine took advantage of it, lays it into two, 15-point advantage with 11 minutes to 35 seconds.
And Cam, that's what happens with good ball movement. When you have unselfish players that play as a team, easy shots like that will come, and as long as you're confident in your abilities, you'll be able to hit that shot.
Yeah, the offense there by Piedmont is very, very good. The ball movement got the defense off balance. We were able to have somebody be able to cut to the baseline and lay against the two. Is Appalachian put some more points on the board. Number 32 again, Sam Mansfield, and he is really a ray of hope right now for Appalachian. He's had a great game. Malik Milton shoots a deep three.
He gets another rebound right there as well.
Sam Mansfield is playing a great game right now for Appalachian. He might need to double down. Looks like Coach Walker's going to be making wholesale changes as he pulls the John Calipari to bring in 5 and take 5.
I don't know that this is any kind of platoon system that Coach Walker may be running, but these young guys deserve to play, and the starters have played really well. So let's get the guys on the bench some action.
I think that speaks of Coach Walker and how he's always coached and how he's always done, and Coach really knows what he's doing.
Cam, let me say this really quick. I am very impressed with the hustle of Appalachian Bible College. They had 4 guys back on defense, and that is, you can't ask for more than that. That is hustle and determination from your players, and I'm very impressed with that.
And all the time that we had played Appalachian, as a timeout was called by Coach Tim Barton. It gives us a second now to talk about Appalachian a little bit. Up in Mount Hope, West Virginia, near Beckley, something that's always been a staple of Appalachian basketball is hustle, hard work, and determination. I got to tell you, it's really impressive to see Coach Barton and what he's done and how he can take the team that he has, and it's just it's incredible to see that he takes what he has and he's always able to compete and he's always able to put a great team out there, and they're always hustling and they're always diving for loose balls, and that intensity really shows that Tim Barton coaching style.
Yes, he does. He looks for guys that are working, that are not selfish, to try to make the team better by their individual hustle and effort. You're definitely seeing that from this team here tonight.
And I got to tell you, Appalachian, though they're down 13 right now with 10 minutes left in the first half. They've played well. They've got some offense going, and they're working the ball around a little bit. Something they need to work on is when they set screens. We see number 10 right here. He's Zach Reinhardt, set the screen, and we got to make sure that screen is solid. I've seen a couple that could be called illegal. As they try to get Mansfield the ball, and the turnover, number 21, Noah Hazelwood from Madison, North Carolina, with a great hustle. And you know Coach Walker's happy about that.
The jump ball situation here. Ball's going to go back to Appalachian. We'll see if they can create another mismatch on the inside and try to get number 32, Sam Mansfield, the ball inside like they did previously.
Reggie Scipio is playing man-to-man defense on Sam Mansfield, and he has really done a great job right now of, as there's another turnover by Appalachian, he's done a great job of taking advantage of that height advantage that he has in the paint, and he has some good post moves. He's a solid post player, and he rebounds well. He's fundamental, and that's what's really, he's got him those points that he has.
You see our first shot clock violation of the evening, and you wonder if that's part of the new emphasis in college basketball to use the shot clock to 30 seconds instead of 30.
Yeah, and that 30-second shot clock has really, forced the action and making sure that people are, getting the ball at the floor. As number 23, Terry Pfeiffer, 5'7" freshman from Statesville, into the lane for two.
That was a good move. He went in strong, jumped 2 feet.
And another turnover. Reggie Scipio off the front of the rim, rebounded by Kalen Bird, and he's fouled. Looks like he might have got a little contact to the face there as Kalen Bird going to the line for two.
Let's talk about Kalen Bird. He just took a little poke to the face there, possibly in the eye, but last year, if I can remember correctly, he may have dislocated his shoulder in one of the games, and what an unfortunate definitely adding to the ability of this team.
Kalen, coming from Syracuse, got to be a tough kid, and he's really been a light right now for Piedmont. And he's played the first semester, and he's played hard, and I know Coach is proud of him in the way that he's playing. Kalen's a good guy, plays solid defense. He has a lot of hustle. Sam Mansfield gets the ball down low again. Looks like he's going to work. Spins to the right, drop step, no good off the back of the rim. And number 15, Reggie Scipio with the rebound.
My seat right here, number 14 for Piedmont, Jordan Davis.
I would say that's a fair comparison. As Piedmont gets on the board again, 30-11 with 8 minutes left in the first half. Sam Mansfield taking that range to a new height as he shoots a three-pointer.
Kalen Bird takes another shot to the face as the ball was trying to be, the ball was sitting in bounds right off of his face again. Kalen, sorry buddy.
Kalen looking like he went a couple rounds with a heavyweight champ.
But he's tough. Let's stay there and go keep that.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. And another steal from Piedmont. Reggie Scipio throws it down. And Reggie's known for throwing down some thunderous dunks, and he's got a couple in the game this year. And Reggie has had to play the center position quite a bit here for Piedmont, as he almost forces another turnover there. Reggie's having to play the center position at an undersized 6'2".
And Piedmont doesn't have a whole lot of size, but it looks like they go very deep at the guard position, so they can bring a lot of athleticism.
As they force another turnover, and it looks like Reggie might be able to, and there's a foul committed by number 10 there, Zach Reinhardt, as Reggie goes up for the dunk.
Hard foul, but nothing to be
Yeah, hard foul, nothing malicious there, just something that, you're trying to stop the ball and make sure that we're not giving up any easy layups. Appalachian is a great team, and I know Coach Barton wouldn't stand for nothing else. So, as Reggie Scipio goes to the line for two.
The score is 32-11 with 7 minutes and 21 seconds left. Again, the fouls have been limited. It's a 4-2 advantage. Advantage goes to Appalachian because they only have 2 fouls. So it's been a clean first half.
Appalachian has, to be honest with you, has played offensively a pretty decent basketball game. I can't say that, it hasn't really translated to that many points, but, offense is, scoring points is the ultimate. That's what you want, but they've ran their sets well. They just have to stop turning the ball over. And I know Coach Barton's going to preach that as he calls the timeout.
Timeout on the floor.
7:21 to play, 34-11. As it's 34-11 here with 7:21 left in the first half, Coach Barton calls a timeout, maybe to stop this Piedmont run. Down 23 with 7 minutes left in the first half. What do you tell your team right now?
I think you tell them to just keep battling. They've crashed the boards. Piedmont hasn't really missed that many shots, so they're not getting beat on the boards. Like I said, they have the size advantage inside, but they just got to protect the ball. They got to limit turnovers and try to deal with Piedmont's pressure that they're picking up right at half court. So it's going to be an uphill battle for Appalachian, but you have to admire their hustle and their effort.
Yeah, you're right about that. Checking in for Piedmont, 21, Noah Hazelwood.
The ball pressure continues. Kalen Bird up top.
Three-pointer, no good on number 10, Zach Reinhardt.
And that's the story of the game right there. Another offensive rebound for Appalachian, but then another turnover.
Turnover in transition by Appalachian again as Piedmont turned it over, but Appalachian gave the ball right back. And Ethan, you can't win like that. If Appalachian wants to get back in this game, they need to make sure that offensively they're being efficient, getting good looks as Noah Hazelwood shoots the three-pointer. It's off the back of the iron. Noah Hazelwood gets the ball, swings it back out to Kalen Burton. He's going to set it up.
6 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. Piedmont has the advantage, 34-11 over Appalachian Bible College.
Pfeiffer,
Blunt.
He had a shot there, I think, but he decides to pass it back out to Bird. Reggie Scipio, no good on the inside. Kalen kicks it back out to Noah Hazelwood. Hazelwood back across the Blunt. And again, Piedmont setting up the offense. With that fresh 30 that they were able to get, it's going to take some getting used to, saying a fresh 30 instead of fresh 35.
Coach Walker calls a play from his spot on the bench. Blunt scores inside post.
Nice pass there by Reggie Scipio. And, that's something that if you can find that in your post guy, have somebody like Reggie Scipio to be able to get up to that, flash to that high post and see somebody cutting like that, that's nice court vision. Hard to find in a big man. As we have a foul, looks like it's going to be called on number 21, Noah Hazelwood.
Again, that's only 5 team fouls this half. 5 minutes and 37 seconds left to go.
I mean, Piedmont, I don't know that coach is entirely happy with the defense going for steals, not getting steals, but from a foul perspective, they've played well. Haven't tried to hack too much since the very beginning of the game. And it looks like we have some kind of, the refs are going to be talking there about quarter court. Maybe trying to figure out who the foul is on as we have a conference down low.
We do have 5 new players on the court for Piedmont, so the player that committed the foul is now sitting on the bench. So hopefully the refs are able to clear that up.
Coach Walker with a little platoon there. And Miller to inbound the basketball for Appalachian. He's going to kick it way out to Mansfield. Mansfield takes the ball inside. He's a big guy. Nice spin move. No good on the layup, though, as he kicks it back out to number 10, Reinhardt, who misses. And looks like we got a jump ball situation. And it's going to go back over to Piedmont. So with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half, Antoine Robinson brings the ball before, picks up his dribble, and Appalachian back in that 2-3 zone. Three-pointer up and no good by Antoine Robinson, and the rebound by number 33, Josue Dan. Flint, three-pointer, no good. Just off the left side of the iron, Malik Milton comes down up the left side of the floor. Rebel Flint on the right side of the floor, passes back around to Tim Whirls, the senior from Radford, Virginia. Malik Milton with a pass, if you want to call it that, to Robinson. Robinson swings it around to number 32, Josh Lippert, no good. Rebound, another rebound for Sam Mansfield.
He's probably got 10 in this first half already.
They're going to call him Double D Crew Mansfield. He can join the team.
Turnaround, Jay, good.
A nice turnaround jump shot, good by 33, Josue Dan, who we were talking with in our pregame with Coach Tim Barton, told us about Josue. I believe that he comes from Hungary, if I'm not mistaken, right, Ethan?
I do believe that's correct.
And I've just been told that it's Yoshua. Sorry, Yoshua, if you're listening ever again to this broadcast.
Foul on Malik Milton.
And Yoshua is fouled by Malik. And Reinhardt will take it out.
I do want to give a shout out to the assistant coach, Javon Summers. Javon has been a close friend of mine. I see him working hard over there on the sidelines. And he's definitely a player's coach. He's going to be able to understand what they're going through. Basket good inside. He's going to understand what the players go through as far as a academic standpoint, but then also what Coach Walker expects from his players. And so he's been a great addition to this school and to this university. And I just want to say I love Javon Summers. He's a close friend of mine, and I appreciate all that he's done for me over the years.
Basket no good by Appalachian. Another empty possession for the Warriors as Piedmont takes a 36-15 advantage. Tim Whirls with the ball out top. And a lob pass there from Malik Milton. Three-pointer up, no good by Robinson.
Another rebound for number 32, Sam Mansfield.
Miller takes the ball up the floor, setting up the offense. Some loose pressure by Robinson. He's going to pass it to Yoshua Dan with a travel. And you can't fault the guy for getting down there and trying to post move. And, when footwork comes into play down there in the paint, it gets a little tricky.
I don't know how they play basketball in Hungary, but, man, he's got some quick feet.
He got that right. Robinson brings the ball up the floor for Piedmont, the freshman from Jacksonville, North Carolina. He's got a long way from home. Out here from Jacksonville all the way to Winston-Salem to play for the legendary Clint Walker. Tim Whirls drives inside. Nice pass deflected. Look by Mansfield. And Miller's going to bring the ball up the court and set it back up for Appalachian.
Almost another travel there.
Coach Walker up by 21. Still coaching with that fire like he's down by 21. As Miller puts up a shot, no good, left of the rim, and it's going to come to number 4, Malik Milton.
With under 2 minutes on the clock, Piedmont is up 36-15.
And it looks like Coach really wants the team to maybe run some offense as Malik Milton gets off a good look from 3, no good. But Coach really wants Piedmont to get into some offense, and this is a good time to do it. Nice defensive play there by Josh Lippert, sophomore from Salisbury. Malik Milton comes out of the game.
Malik must like the Oregon Ducks by the looks of his shoes.
Yeah, I'd say so. He's got that highlighter yellow. I know they'd be proud up in Eugene. Another deflected pass by Lippard. He's got some good defense going on. It's another turnover for Appalachian. Blunt up the floor on the right side. Passes to J-Val. Back to Blunt. She thought about it. Kicks it into Tim Whirls. Tim Whirls turning around. Jump shot up and good.
What a shot by Timothy Whirls. Pivoted and hit that fadeaway J.
I got to tell you, Tim can really hit that shot. He's a man of many talents. Tim has a lot of skill. And another turnover by Appalachian as Blunt picks it off, and he's got Mansfield down there, so he's going to set it back up, and Piedmont's going to run some offense here. Appalachian's still in that 2-3 zone. Robinson to Whirls on the right side, and Tim is he's a heck of a player, and Appalachian looking a little slow on that zone. It looked like, wow, three-pointer made.
What a shot there. That was a great three-pointer by number 32. Josh Lippard. And another turnover
for Appalachian. Josh Lippard, though, how about that guy? He kept playing good defense, comes down and hit a three. Bottom of the net, baby. He's got it working right now. It's Piedmont 38-15 with 8 seconds left in the half.
I do believe the assist goes to number 3, Garyon Blunt. Great pass. He passed up a wide open layup for a shot for his teammate. Now that's unselfish basketball right there, folks.
And as Appalachian commits a foul with 2 seconds left in the half. But a wise foul because they call it on the floor, and Piedmont's going to have the ball out of bounds with 2 seconds left. And maybe a little miscommunication there on that pass as it was tipped away and turned over. Appalachian's full court heave at the buzzer is no good. And at halftime, 41-15, your Piedmont Bruins leading the Appalachian Bible College Warriors by 26. And now we'll get we might have gotten an interview from Coach Bob May, but it looks like he's headed back into the locker room. So I think we'll just skip on that, maybe catch him post-game. So, Ethan, how do you feel about the first half? As far as Piedmont goes, as far as offensively, how do you think we look?
For Piedmont, it's all about transition for them. They do remind me of North Carolina. They just want to get out and run. And when they do run their offensive sets, when they get in the half court, occasionally they look a little out of sorts. And so I don't know if that plays into account with the score of the game and them being up by what they are up. But as far as getting out in transition and forcing turnovers, that was one of the keys to the game for them, and they're definitely living up to those expectations. What do you think about Appalachian?
Appalachian is really struggling right now getting anything going on offense, and they look a little outmanned. I mean, if we're being honest, Appalachian comes in. I think Coach Barton's playing eight guys right now, maybe 7 guys actually, I believe. But to say that the effort has been there is an understatement. These guys are coming out here and they're playing with fire and intensity. Might not be showing on the scoreboard at this point, but it's an effort that they can be proud of. In the second half, 0-0. You come back out here and you play like it's 0-0, and you're attacking still, and you're making sure that you're running your sets on offense. And just because you may be down by a little bit in the first half, that doesn't mean anything. You're going to make sure that you're still out here and you're getting better and you're getting ready for the next game. But one thing about Piedmont is the fact that we have, transition is key for us. And, we might get all these points running up and down the floor. But right now, as far as offensively, if we're having to run something in the half court, it's not always been there. It seems like we could be forcing things and taking some shots that Coach Walker probably isn't happy with. The ball movement maybe has to get a little bit better. The plays, we have to make sure that we're actually allowing time for things to break down. And there was a couple of possessions that we were able to hit some cutters because, we were patient on offense. But it's not always there. But I think, as far as offensive efficiency goes in the first half, you can't beat running up and down the floor with layups, huh, Ethan?
No, that sounds right, Cam. And right now it's halftime, and there's about a little over 12 minutes left on the clock, and so we're going to give you guys a break as we enjoy halftime.
we're live. All right, Ethan, well, back 1 minute left till the second half begins, and what are your keys to the second half, Ethan, for this Appalachian team to maybe try to claw their way back into this thing?
For Appalachian, again, it's going to have to just come down to protecting the ball. They got to limit their turnovers, and they got to continue to rebound. And they've been rebounding really well, so they need to continue that for sure. What do you think about Piedmont?
Piedmont really needs to make sure that they're keeping their foot on the gas pedal. Sometimes when you get a big lead like this, it's just so easy to take it easy and relax a little bit and let the other team get back in it.
And I will say this too, being former players, both of us, when you have a big halftime lead, you definitely have to have the mental ability to put the score at 0-0. So for Piedmont, they need to act like this is a new game. They don't need to be overconfident by any means. And then Appalachian, they just need to continue hustling and playing with their heart and with their attitude, their mindset of hustle and playing well for their coach. And they've always done that, and they've always been a well-coached team.
You know, I remember back in 2011, we actually left halftime with a 22-point lead, and Appalachian came back, took the lead from us, and we had to, you know, finish that game and come back strong and get the W. So Appalachian can certainly come back, and Tim Barton certainly has it in him.
All right, let's enjoy the second half. Before the second half gets underway, we do want to remind you, any new listeners that we may have out there, that Josh Howard is in the house tonight. Former Wake Forest basketball player, also played for the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA, and I actually just spoke with him a few minutes ago, and he's a very awesome guy, and it looks like he's trying to build a relationship with Piedmont, and he knows several of the students here. He's actually related to a couple of them, so thank you, Josh Howard, for attending the game tonight.
Yeah, and it's really good to see, like we said earlier, Josh back out into the community, and he does so well with that, is just giving back and to the community that gave to him. As Reinhardt inbounds the basketball for Appalachian, Piedmont really turning up the defense, and it looks like Coach Walker, as I say that, three-pointer by number 23, Tim Beckley. But the defense wasn't really that bad there, just maybe some faulty rotation. Justin Valentine swings around to Malik Milton, and an offensive foul maybe.
Looks like an illegal screen by Garyon Blunt.
Yeah, Garyon certainly called for that illegal screen there, and Piedmont, not the start that Coach Walker probably wanted, allowing a three-pointer and then an offensive foul on the other end, but still playing the passing lane, still playing good defense. Mansfield with the ball at the top of the key, swings it back out to Reinhardt, back to Miller. Miller, nice roll there by number 10, Reinhardt, and layup is up and in as Appalachian scores the first 2 points of the second half. Appalachian back up maybe into the 2-3 zone as Miller plays a little bit of a matchup zone on number 24, Antoine Robinson. Malik Milton into the paint, pass down low, back out, Robinson with the ball, and a kick out to Malik Milton, and a turnover. And so Piedmont, 1 minute and 7 seconds into the second half, no points, 2 turnovers, and a made three-pointer and a layup given up. I know Coach Walker's probably a little frustrated over there on that sideline. Wouldn't you say so, Ethan?
I definitely think so. Again, like I said before, this is one of the hardest things for a basketball player, is to have such a good basket good by number 10 for Appalachian, Zach Reinhardt. Good play there. But that's one of the hardest things for a basketball player, is having a big halftime lead and coming out in the second half with that same energy and momentum that got you the lead in the first half to begin with.
Well, and Tim Barton is, you know, I know that he's probably talked strategy with his guys, and they're on a 7-0 run now to start the second half. And I got to say, I'm really impressed by Reinhardt's ability to roll to the basket and recognize that open space and know where to go, as Justin Valentine ends a scoreless drought here for Piedmont as we get the first bucket of the second half with 18 minutes left. 43-22 Bruins.
Appalachian with the ball here. I do want to say really quick, if you're ever in the Winston-Salem area, you should definitely try to get out to a game. Well, there's a good crowd on hand tonight, and they're enjoying a good game by Piedmont and Appalachian.
Nice defense there by Piedmont, forcing the ball out there. near the spike line. Appalachian don't want to try to set something up that far out. I don't know if they have the athleticism to compete with Piedmont if they try to do something like that, as there's a steal by Garyon. Garyon out to Tim. Tim, nice take, and Tim whirls off the glass for 2. Nice take by Tim Whirls, being physical, gets the ball in there. And again, we say Tim is an amazing leader. He really knows how to motivate the team and speak to the players and get the most out of them. And that's what you want from that senior leadership.
Yeah, Tim's a 4-year starter for Piedmont, and he's I want to say he's played in just about every game that he's dressed out for Piedmont. Probably started all of those as well. I'm not exactly sure the numbers there, but Tim again with the ball down low, pump fake, goes up strong for 2. Tim out of Radford, Virginia, again, like Cam was saying, just a strong leader, senior leadership that every team needs, and he's just a quality guy, definitely a Coach Walker type of guy.
Yeah, he really is. And another nice rebound there by Justin Valentine. Good ball movement there from the paint. Oh, inside, Malik Milton lays it up for 2. Piedmont 49-22, 27-point lead, 16:38 remaining in the second half. And another steal. Blunt up ahead to Robinson, off the glass for 2. 51-22, 16:27 to go as Miller walks it up the floor. A little bit of a full court pressure there by Robinson. Miller tries to beat him to the bucket, can't do it, and he's going to kick it out to number 23, Tim Beckley. Beckley at the top of the key, back over to Miller. Miller with a fake and a nice jump shot from Eric Miller to bring the score 51-24. 4 minutes gone by in the second half.
Yeah, Appalachian's going to need more of that here in the second half. Good shot again, but they're still running the 2-3 defense here, so they'll need to box out. A deflection there, recovered by Piedmont. Garyon Blunt for a jump shot on the baseline, good.
That 2-3 from Appalachian, it's an effort by Coach Barton to try to neutralize some of that athleticism that Piedmont brings to the table. Trying to play man-to-man on a team like this is going to be difficult for anybody, and you know, Coach Barton's trying to neutralize that athleticism as Sam Manfield gets it knocked away from him. But that zone has to be better at reacting, because Piedmont can drive in the lane and they're still getting decent enough looks, and too slow getting out on the three-point shooters as Sam Manfield's get the ball knocked from him, and three-pointer no good, rebounded by Justin Valentine. Ahead to Malik Milton, and Malik's going to slow it down. Probably a good idea for Malik Milton to slow it down, the sophomore.
Showing some maturity by Malik Milton there. He pulls it back out, allows them to set the offense to work the zone here. Good inside take by Malik, gets it blocked, and number 23 for Appalachian, Tim Beckley, recovers. But it's another turnover in the backcourt. Malik goes up strong but misses the shot. I'm not going to say that there was a foul there because he looked to be a little out of control, but Malik is a very strong player and he'll recover from that.
You know, something that's going to really come into play for Appalachian right now is another turnover for Appalachian, and another layup is fatigue. You know, when you're only 7 guys deep, and we know as well as anybody, you know, because some of the teams that we played on didn't have as many players, and fatigue sets in and you start to do some silly things, start to turn the ball over even more, and you know, defense becomes a struggle to play, and you know, it's hard to win when you're fatigued, and Appalachian may be showing some signs of fatigue early in the second half. Hook shot, nice hook shot there by number 10, Zach Reinhardt.
With just under 14 minutes left here in the second half, the score 55-26. There are 5 fresh Piedmont Bruins standing over there by the score table ready to check in. It looks like Coach Walker is going to let this starting 5 play to the next dead ball and then get them out of the game so the guys on the bench can play some.
Nice shot by Justin Valentine. Justin's another player that I was able to play with when I was at Piedmont, and he's a heck of an athlete, and he has a nice jump shot, and he's really a good teammate, a good player, and he's always looking for the best shot on offense, and he's looking for the team's best player to guard on defense, and he's a good guy to have on your team. As Tim Whirls pass ahead, Robinson, another finish down low, and Piedmont extends its lead to 33 points, 59-26. And a timeout called by Coach Tim Barton, a full timeout, and that'll give Coach Walker a chance to make these substitutions.
Just for a second, let's talk about Piedmont International University. This is an outstanding university that specializes in training young men and women for ministry. And so if you're out there looking for a university to attend and to grow, first in your relationship with Christ, but then also to develop into what God may be calling you to do, this is a perfect place. And I will say the same for Appalachian as well. What a great school up there in West Virginia to represent Christ in that location and to train students for the ministry of the gospel. And so, again, if you're looking for a university, you can't go wrong with either of these two. But again, let's get back to basketball. Cam, what do you think so far of the second half?
Well, I got to tell you, Appalachian really came out strong, and like I said, I think fatigue's really hitting these guys. I mean, they played the whole first half, and then to come out and really try to land that first punch on Piedmont, got 7 points in, but then I think fatigue, as I watch these guys from Appalachian, they're starting to slow down, they're starting to make a few more mistakes, get a little lazy on defense, and that's just something, it's hard when you're playing a transition team to stay, to where you're not fatigued, and it's hard to do that. And Coach Barton trying to get these guys some rest. We'll see how they look on this offensive possession as Piedmont tries to bring some on-ball defense in the half court.
Yeah, Cam, just as you were saying, Appalachian's going to look to use their timeouts wisely. Good block inside by Scipio, but it's very difficult as a player to play hard consistently, especially when the other team brings in 5 fresh players.
Yeah, and that's something that you really see from the Kentuckys of the world, and they're able to run all these guys, and it just looks like Appalachian might be wearing out a little bit. But I got to tell you, I'm really impressed by Sam Mansfield for Appalachian. He's playing well. He really reminds me of a young Cam Kilby, if I do say so myself, down there in the paint. But Piedmont's really done an amazing job of that on-ball defense and forcing turnovers. Although Appalachian has had a couple of times where they shot themselves in the foot, and this one is just an example of that as a pass goes awry out of bounds. Looking for Dan in the corner, and another turnover.
Piedmont brings the ball down the court. Number 23, Terry Pfeiffer, passes over to Kalen Bird. Back up top to Josh Lippard. Over to Kalen. Kalen pump fakes. Brings it back up top. Looks for an open player in the paint and turns it over. Nice defense there by Sam Mansfield. And looks like Miller is going to get a layup. And he missed the layup off the back iron. No good. And we have a foul on number 1, Kalen Bird. That's the first foul of the half. We've almost went 9 minutes, 8 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock, and that's the first foul of the half. What does that say about the aggressiveness of these teams, or does that say something about the referees? I think it's a little bit of both there, Cam. I think the refs are definitely letting the players play as Appalachian turns the ball over again, up to Scipio for a foul. He misses the layup. But something that I've noticed too, and what you're talking about, the fatigue for Appalachian, again, they're playing hard. It says nothing, fatigue says nothing about your heart and determination for playing basketball. It just means that you can't play to your fullest potential, but they're still hustling and playing hard. But from what I've noticed that is also playing a part in that is that with Piedmont's on-ball pressure, Appalachian is exerting so much energy just to get into their offense, to keep these defenders off of them, and it's definitely taking its toll now with 11 minutes and 41 seconds left in the second half, excuse me. Yeah, these guys here at Piedmont are really defending well, forcing Appalachian to earn pretty much anything they have. I mean, I know Coach Walker's got to be pleased with most of the defense here today. We have seen a couple of situations where Appalachian has gotten some easy looks because of misassignments or maybe, not as fundamental a defense the coach would like. There's a nice turnaround jump shot by Appalachian. Back into the paint by Dan. Dan goes up with it, and he is going to be fouled. And so that's going to be Yoshua Dan going to the foul line, and the foul is going to go to number 15, Reggie Scipio. And we have 3 fouls here in about a span of about 30 seconds. Just when we thought the game was clean, we have a rapid production of fouls. First shot is good by number 33, Yoshua Dan. Again, all the way from I believe it's Hungary.
Yeah, he does. He is from Hungary, and Coach let us know that this is his first year playing organized basketball, I believe, but he's playing with hard work and determination. As Sam Mansfield, again, using that size and strength to get in there on Roba. Roba just a little mismatch down there, but he played. He tried to body him up, but Sam Mansfield just a big guy.
Scipio in the lane goes up strong through the contact and finishes for 2.
Yeah, nice shot there by Reggie. Really showing he's not afraid to get down there and bump around with the big guys from Appalachian. That was a nice shot. And I got to tell you, I think Piedmont's offensive efficiency is there, but we've had a lot of points off turnovers. Appalachian's really given us a lot of turnovers, and we've capitalized on that, which is great. But what's going to happen when we're playing a team that's taking care of the ball that night and they're being efficient on offense? Is our offense going to be able to match that intensity? As a three-pointer goes down by Josh Lippard.
Number 32, Josh Lippard with a 3, brings the crowd to their feet.
That was a nice shot. That was a nice shot there by Lippard, and Piedmont goes ahead by 36 points with 10 minutes and 10 seconds left in this half. And there's a call.
Thanks for timeout.
And a timeout on the floor called by Coach Tim Barton, trying to get something set up here. Let's talk for a second about Coach Clint Walker. And we were both on the team as Coach Walker took over back in the 2011-2012 season. And we were the only, myself and Ethan were the only teammates returning from the previous team, and Coach Walker came in and whipped us right into shape and took a 6-win team to a 9-win team in his very first year, and really instilled a lot of confidence and has really brought an air of change to this Piedmont basketball program. And to be honest with you, breathed some life into this team, and he's got the region championship last year, which hadn't happened since 1994, and that was just a big year last year to be the 2015 regional champions. And Coach Walker's got a huge part in that. Wouldn't you say so, Ethan?
I couldn't agree more, Cam. And something that Clint's been able to do for Piedmont, the university as a whole, is that he's not afraid to recruit. He'll go out and get guys that love the game of basketball. But at the same time, Clint, I definitely know, just because both of us being on his team, he puts the Lord first in everything that he does. And so it's more than just basketball with Clint Walker, and that's something that you would expect from a Piedmont alumni, but then also someone that's going to represent the school with integrity and represent the gospel in a way that is honorable, and one that guys like on his current team are going to follow after. And so he's not only teaching the game of basketball, but he's teaching life application beyond the court, and something that these men will grow up and if they pay attention at all to Coach Walker, then they're going to be better men, better fathers, better husbands, and just better overall men as they continue to grow and develop. These young men are awesome, and to be under the wing of Coach Walker and also the assistant coaches, just this university as a whole, is something that we can all be proud of, because we know that they're getting the truth of the Bible and the gospel taught to them in the classroom, application on the basketball court by Coach Walker, and overall it's just going to be a great experience for these guys. So I look forward to seeing them grow.
Yeah, and there's so much truth there, so much truth. And, it's something that the coach has always instilled in us, a passion to win, but also the passion to do the right thing. Nice defense to start out the possession by Piedmont. Terry Pfeiffer really with some nice on-ball defense, and now Josh Lippard playing the same. And that's what you were talking about earlier, Piedmont just playing defense so aggressively, and there's a shot clock violation, and that is a paramount right there. If you can force a shot clock violation and keep that team from even getting a shot off in 30 seconds, you know that Coach Walker's really happy about that.
And don't forget that this year in college basketball, there are several rule changes. Robert Flint misses a 3. Piedmont with the offensive rebound there. The 30-second shot clock is a change from 35 in previous years. A turnover by Piedmont. Appalachian goes up the court. Looked to be a foul there, and it's actually going to be a turnover. Kalen Bird lucky there. Another rule change is during live ball action, the coaches are now not allowed to call timeouts. It has to come from a player on the court. A coach can only call a timeout during dead ball situations. So there are several changes that are looking to speed the game up. And Roba Flint for three nailed that one after missing one a few moments ago. But again, the changes in college basketball brings an emphasis to speed up the game and to allow the players to dictate more of the flow of the game instead of outside influences.
Yeah, and another turnover and a nice steal by Reggie Scipio. Bang time! Reggie Scipio. Another dunk for Reggie, and Reggie is a guy that's really going to get this crowd on its feet. He's good. He's brings a lot of energy. As Sam Mansfield down low again. Sam Mansfield is really racking up the points and rebounds tonight, and he's done a great job, really giving Piedmont a lot of fits down low in the paint.
We don't have any stats on hand. Roba Flint for three again, nails it.
Roba's on fire.
Roba, one of those guys that, like Timothy Whirls, he's just a Coach Walker kind of guy. Was able to coach him at Oak level and followed him to Piedmont after his senior year. Another turnover by Appalachian, going down the court, passes it up, misses the layup. Out of bounds, going Appalachian's way.
A couple of subs here as number 14, Jordan Davis from Richlands, North Carolina, comes into the lineup, and Noah Hazelwood back out onto the floor from Madison. Appalachian with the inbounds. Inbounds to Sam Mansfield. The center brings ball up before, and he gets his pocket picked, but they're going to get it back, and ball up the floor by number 10, Zach Reinhardt, and another turnover. Jordan Davis with the steal, the right side, and Appalachian just having a hard time taking care of the basketball tonight.
Again, like you said earlier, Cam, I think the fatigue is coming into effect here, but then also Piedmont has picked up their blocks. Good block there by number 32. Appalachian with the ball going down the floor. The fatigue is really setting in for Appalachian. They're still playing hard. And one of the things that we talked about, the key to the second half for Piedmont, another turnover. Scipio dribbles it off the back of the back of the other player, pulls it back out. Was the intensity coming out of halftime with a large lead. And with 7 minutes remaining, the score is now 73-31. And Piedmont is still showing that intensity on the defensive end, causing turnovers. Kalen Bird goes down the lane, draws the foul. We'll be going to the free throw line for two.
Nice aggressive take there by Kalen. You know, he took it strong to the rack, and they're going to call that one on the floor, actually. And so Piedmont's going to be taking it out. Looks like they're in box formation. That looks like something that we used to run, box.
Yeah, look for some screening motion.
Nice cut to the basket.
Out of bounds again. Piedmont will do the same thing.
Piedmont will retain possession. Noah Hazelwood asking the player to kind of give him some space there. A funny gesture there by Noah Hazelwood, maybe trying to clear out some space. The offense is way to be patient there by Piedmont. They're moving the ball around. Nice pass down low. What a pass by Josh Lippard. And a nice finish by number 14, Jordan Davis. And there's a foul coming up the floor by number 1, Kalen Bird.
Again, in the first half, Kalen Bird took some shots to the face. First, he got poked in the eye on an offensive play, and then on the defensive side, Appalachian player tried to save the ball from going out of bounds and threw it right off his face. But he seems to be doing okay and playing strong defense like he always does. That's something that Kalen brings to the team, is strong defense and good ball handling, and he'll run the offense for sure.
You know, that's something that Coach Walker has always preached, is defense and maintaining those fundamentals, and don't give up the baseline, don't give up the middle. You know, that's a key thing, and that's something that he always told us. As a three-point shot goes up by Miller, no good, and it looks like it's off on Reggie Scipio, so it's going to stay down here, and Appalachian's going to keep possession. But back to what Coach Walker used to tell us, I mean, on defense, you don't you play your man, and you call out help and everything like that. And Coach just taught us as the basket goes up and in for Appalachian, those defensive principles, and Piedmont's really holding true to that today, forcing quite a few Appalachian turnovers and scoring off of those turnovers, which is key.
Yeah, Coach Walker definitely doesn't mind his team getting up and down the floor. We have an illegal screen there. Looks to be the call, so we're going to go the other way.
And I called that earlier in the game when I said that Appalachian really needs to watch those screens, because early on in the game they were hitting us with those screens, and the refs might let that go at the very beginning of the game, and they're going to tell you, hey, you need to watch that, and Appalachian hasn't adjusted that at all. And another basket here by Sam Mansfield as he takes out and right to the goal. But again, Appalachian needs to watch those screens, and it's a turnover too. So
Sam Mansfield, again, we don't have any stats up here where we're at, but he has definitely got a double-double at this point. I would say probably somewhere close to 20 points and maybe 12 rebounds or so. He's having a great game. And again, Appalachian, a drive to the basket, good by Joshua Lippard for 2. Man, he's had a good second half as well. He's probably got 6 or 8 points by now. Actually, it's probably 8 because I remember him hitting 2 threes. Again, strong defense. Blocking call on Scipio. You got to body that up. You can't. That's another emphasis this year for college basketball, as they moved the charge circle out a little bit, but they actually haven't implemented that in the NCCAA yet. That's only in the NCAA Division I wasn't mandatory, and so going up strong and one
there for Sam Mansfield. And Sam, actually, I played against Sam my last year playing at Piedmont, and Sam's a great guy and a fierce competitor. And Coach Barton told me about what happened in the first. Coach Barton using this opportunity to talk to some of his guys. Coach Barton's a smart coach, but Sam is a great guy. Like I said, he's a good competitor. He always played with a lot of heart. Same thing with this Appalachian team. That's one characteristic they've always had, is they play with heart and hustle, and that gets them into a lot of games sometimes. Three-pointer no good by Jordan Davis.
Battle for the rebound. We've got a foul. Looks like it's going to be on a hold on Piedmont, number 21, Noah Hazelwood. Checking into the game for Appalachian a few moments ago was number 3, Wesley Reinhardt. With under 5 minutes to go, 4:48 to be exact, score 77-37. The foul situation, Piedmont, as you can see, Appalachian is shooting the 1-and-1 because Piedmont has 7 team fouls. Appalachian only has 2. Rims in and out again. Piedmont going down the floor.
Yeah, and that's a tough shot. It's a hard miss right there as Piedmont setting it up. Kalen out front. And looks like the offense is moving. Screen by Scipio. Backdoor cut by Kalen. Up and in through the contact. Very nice take to the goal by number 1, Kalen Bird.
Let's talk about the assist here for a moment. And again, we don't have any stats up here, but Piedmont has definitely racked up the assists with those backdoor cuts. I believe it was Joshua Lippard with the assist on that previous play. Ball goes out of bounds. Appalachian taking it out from the side. We'll see what they run here. Up top.
Another defensive risk there by Piedmont. Pass up ahead. Reggie Scipio. Always exciting. Reggie Scipio lays it up and in. Appalachian trying to get some offense going here. Finish this game strong. Look for something you can take into the next game. We're starting region play. It's important to finish on a strong note because you don't want to hang your head down for too long, as there's another turnover for the Warriors. Ahead to Scipio, and Reggie Scipio's had a good half, wouldn't you say?
I do. And we got a timeout here by Coach Clint Walker. It looks like he's going to tell his guys to, I would imagine that he would probably tell them to lay off with a little bit of the on-ball pressure. The score is 83-37 with 3:38 left. Piedmont has definitely made their point here tonight. Again, Appalachian, limited amount of players, but playing with toughness and heart, and you got to love that in a team, and they're never going to give up. They're never going to give in, and they're going to keep playing hard regardless of what the score is.
And I really think that Coach Walker is going to, get some of these younger guys in there, give them a chance to get out there, run the offense, get some good game situation. Because, like I said, it's region play now, and it's it's as important. This is a home stretch because we have the tournament coming up. We want to fight for that seeding. We want to make sure that we're finishing the season strong. Appalachian's going to be a part of that tournament, and it's going to be a good one this year. As our first year in the Mid-East region, Mid-East region presents new challenges and a different kind of basketball, a different style of basketball than when we were in the South region, playing with teams such as Florida Christian and teams like that. And so, a little bit different. As Sam Mansfield into the paint, and he's going to the line again. A strong take by Mansfield. Piedmont could have closed in on that a little bit better, but the block is called, and he's going to the free throw line then.
With under 4 to play here, there is no need for fouls, but again, you don't want to play lazy defense, and so Piedmont just unfortunate there to be caught, missed free throw there, to be caught out of position, and Mansfield's he's going to take care of business down low, and so you got to be ready. He's physical, he's big, and he's a lefty too. Reminds me a lot of myself.
Yeah, he has that hook shot too. Not quite as quick as E-Money down there with that quick left-handed hook shot, but he's got a nice little set of post moves down there. Kalen sets up the offense, passes to Jordan Davis. Davis, very patient, that's good. Gives a chance to Noah Hazelwood to get out for 3. Noah Hazelwood, so close on the three-point attempt, no good. And it's going to be number 10, Zach Reinhardt with the rebound. He's going to give it to Miller. Miller's going to get it up in the offense here, sets it up, gets it to Mansfield. Ball fake, and it looked like number 23, Tim Beckley, wasn't ready for that. So Josh Lippard sets it up, kicks it back to Davis. Davis is going to give it to Kalen. And that's something about Kalen. He's patient with the basketball, and he's one of those point guards that you'd like to have on your team.
Yeah, Piedmont's looking to run a little clock here, but they will take an open shot if they have it. Joshua Lippard goes down to the floor. Ball out of bounds. Looks like a kickball. 3 seconds left on the shot clock here.
I believe that was Noah Hazelwood that fell to the ground, and it looks like he could be hurt a little bit out there. It looks like he shook it off. Trying to get Noah Hazelwood the basketball, and 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
2 minutes and 27 seconds left in the game. 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
Gonna have to get off a quick shot here. They're gonna kick it in to Reggie. No good on the jump shot from Reggie Scipio, but a rebound by Kalen Bird.
Kalen Bird brings it back up top. Coach Walker wants him to run some clock. Approaching 2 minutes left in the game. Appalachian extends the defense there a little bit. Noah Hazelwood passes it over to Joshua Lippard. Lippard over to Scipio. Scipio off the bounce, right around the defense, and misses the layup.
That was a nice take by Reggie. Just couldn't finish it, but a steal by Noah Hazelwood. Another turnover for Appalachian. Hazelwood, reverse layup, up and in for Noah Hazelwood as the crowd goes crazy. As Noah Hazelwood gets his first basket of the game. Reinhardt, three-pointer, no good. And rebounded by Reggie Scipio, but taken by Reinhardt. Reinhardt with a jump stop. It looked like a travel, and it is. A travel there by Reinhardt. It's going to turn the ball back over to Piedmont with 1:35 left.
It's been an entertaining second half if you're a Piedmont Bruins fan. Again, Appalachian a little outmanned here, but playing tough basketball. Again, they haven't given up, and they're still playing hard. They're still playing to the last whistle, and you got to honor that and respect that. The ref stopped the clock here for a second. It looks like we have an issue with.
I believe it's an issue with the shot clock, Ethan. There was 22 seconds left to start the possession, and so unless it took Kalen 16 seconds to bring the ball to the floor, I don't know. He was going slow, but I don't know if he's going that slow.
Yeah, it looks to be an issue with the shot clock. Looks like they've gotten it straightened out. Let's continue to play basketball. Jordan Davis with a lob to Scipio, and he throws it down.
Exciting play there by Reggie Scipio, and that's something that they have that we lacked, was that electric capability to get up there and slam the basketball down. And I always know that Coach Walker holds his breath when we have those kind of plays, but it really gets the crowd into it, and it really brings a great brand of basketball. 1 minute remaining in the game here, as you heard from the announcer. 1 minute to go, and Piedmont's got the ball, and Kalen's got it out top. Looked like he was calling for a screen from Scipio, but he called it off, and Scipio has it at the top of the key, and he's going to give it to Noah Hazelwood. Crowd wanting Noah Hazelwood to shoot the ball, but he's going to give it to Jordan Davis. 3-point basket up and in by number 14, Jordan Davis. A nice shot. Jordan Davis is a great shooter and a freshman from Richlands, North Carolina, and that was an amazing shot there and some decent ball movement. And when you're patient on offense, Ethan, you get things that you want.
That is definitely the case as Appalachian goes for the offensive rebound there with 21 seconds left on the clock. He shoots, he misses. Offensive rebound, passes it back out. Pump fake for three. Inside shot, no good. Tipped up, another offensive rebound, 10 seconds left on the clock. Another missed three-pointer. Finally, Jordan Davis with the rebound, the defensive rebound, and Coach Walker stands up and demands his players to run out the clock. The final score here, 90-38. Piedmont International University Bruins over Appalachian Bible College Warriors.
In a nice game there by Piedmont. It was a game in which we got a lot of points off turnovers. We had a good defense. The offense at times looked good. It looks as if Piedmont has a chance to take the region championship. So this could be something, a nice, exciting season for Piedmont. And again, we got to see guys like Reggie Scipio and Malik Milton throw down some nice dunks tonight.
All right, and that's the final score here from Piedmont, 90-38. The players are gathering around the middle circle for prayer. And so we're going to sign off here from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm Ethan Meadows.
I'm Cam Kilby. Thank you for listening, and have a great night.